steadily changing. He's making me better.
What's up, y'all? It's College Monet, and I am so glad that you decided to tune in today. If you are new here, hey queens. If you are returning, hey queens. And if there's any guys here, hey kings. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to push that post notification bell so you can know each and every time that I post a video. Let's just jump straight into this video. You've been saying, God, why do I feel like this? God, why can't I get myself together? God, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like myself. And God is trying to get you to see that He's proud of you. He loves you, but you've been putting everybody's needs before yours. You've been the best mom that you can be. You show up for your children. You love your children. You are dedicated to your children. Your children know that they rely on you and depend on you. They know that mommy is going to do it. Mommy is going to get it done. Mommy is the best thing walking. Mommy is my heart. I love mommy. Mommy does so much for us. But now the question becomes, when is mommy gonna do so much for her? How many days you had on those same sweatpants? How many days have you had on the same shirt? How many days you just walking around like you just ain't got nothing to do, nowhere to go, nobody to see? I know it's been a lot of days. I know it's been a lot of days. But girl, get back to you. Get back to you. When I was young, I used to see my mom put on eyeliner to go to the store. And as a kid, I really didn't understand it because I'm like, I used to think that she was going somewhere else. But really, she would really just go to the store. And so as small as that might be to someone else, to me, that said a lot. Because that meant that she cared about how she looked, even if she didn't feel it in her body, even if she didn't feel it in her mind. She cared about how she showed up. She cared about how she presented herself. She cared about how she looked when she stepped out. So I even had those constant reminders of my mom when I was young, and I didn't understand it, but I would watch her. I would watch her in the mirror. I would watch what she did. I would watch her all the time, and I would see her do that. And so now as an adult, that sticks with me. That stays with me because that says something. That says that even if she was going through something, when she showed up, she wanted to show up as her full self. She wanted to show up being presentable. She wanted to look like she had somewhere to go. She wanted to look like she had somebody to see. So that says a lot to me. I know you're going to have your days. I know you're going to have your moments. I know you're going to have your time. And this is not to tell you to just wear makeup all day, every day, because it's just not reality, right? But that goes to show you, brush your hair. Keep yourself up. Keep yourself up. If you've lost yourself, guess what? You can find yourself again. If you lost yourself, you can find yourself again. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. You've been saying, how did I lose myself? Why do I look like this? When was the last time I brushed my hair? When was the last time that I put something on that I felt good in? When was the last time that I stepped outside and did something that I wanted to do for me? When was the last time? I know it can be hard. I know it can be hard because we love our children. We love our families, and we'll do anything necessary for our children. But our children needs us. We need us. Just as much as our children need us, we need us. So girl, I know you probably got some insecurities after having the children. Maybe your weight is not what it was before the children. Maybe you just have some things going on in your identity where you just don't feel or look like yourself. Maybe you just feel like you don't want to go out. You don't feel like doing nothing because you're so drained. You're so tired. The everything that the kids have going on, it just takes so much out of you. You give and you give and you give. You give and you give and you give. So that when it's time for you to do something for you, you have no energy. You have no energy for yourself. You can't show up for yourself because you showed up for everybody else. You can't show up for yourself because you showed up for everybody else. You lack self-care. You lack self-care. You've been lacking self-care. You've been dealing with the expectations of society. You've been dealing with the expectations of society. Society will make you feel like if you're not doing this, then you're not that. If you're not doing this, then you're not a good mother. If you're not doing this to this extent, then you're not a good person. But God is saying, I love you. God is saying, I'm proud of you. God is saying, I honor the mother that you are. But let me honor the woman that you are. Let me honor the person that I created you to be. Before you was mom, before you was wife, you were you. Oh my gosh. Before you was wife, before you was mom, you were you. I created you. I created you. Yes, you might have some insecurities. Yes, there may be some social expectations. Yes, there may be some lack of self-care. Yes, your body image may have changed, but guess what? That's not the end. It's not over for you. It's not over for you. It's not over for you. There is answers to what you are going through. There are answers to what you are going through. So I'm just going to list 7 things that can help you get back to yourself. You deserve it. You deserve that. You deserve that. So the first thing that I will have to say is schedule dedicated me time. Schedule dedicated me time. I know the kids have after school activities. I know you have to prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know that the kids need you to show up to different games and sports events. I know that your husband needs you. He needs you just as much as the children need you. I know that you have to do things in your home. I know for some of us, if you're working, you have to even still go to work. I know that the responsibilities are great. But guess what? If it's just an hour, schedule that me time. If it's just 45 minutes, schedule the me time. Start somewhere. Start somewhere. Start somewhere. And I know some people may say, oh, what's 45? It's something. It's something dedicated to you, just for you. It's something dedicated to you, just for you. So the next thing that I'll have to say is communicate your needs. If you are in a relationship, if you are married, communicate what you need to your spouse. Communicate, okay, honey, I just need an hour. I'm going to go for a walk. I just need an hour. Let me run to the gym. I just need an hour. Let me just take care of some errands. I just need an hour. Let me go read a book. I just need an hour to do whatever it is that you want to do for you. Just communicate what you need. Sometimes we do so much. So even when it comes to our spouses, they just think that we got it. If we're not communicating, they just think that we're just super mom and superhero and we just saved the day and we just so powerful and so strong. But guess what? Even the most powerful person, they need that time. They need that time. So the third thing that I will have to say is get rest. We get so busy moving. Gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. And we don't take time to rest. You should be getting some good rest at night. You should be getting some good sleep that night because you feel accomplished. You feel so accomplished in your work. You feel so accomplished in your day. Your day was so productive. You showed up for yourself. You showed up for your children. You showed up for your husband. You showed up for your loved ones. You showed up for your neighbors. You showed up for people. So you feel so accomplished that now when it's time for you to rest, you're going to sleep like a baby. You're going to get some good rest. So the next thing that I will have to say is delegate tasks. Delegate tasks. If it's laundry that you normally do, take your laundry, drop it off at the laundromat. Pay someone to do it for you. And if that's not your situation, if you like to do your own laundry, then that doesn't apply to you. But delegate your task. Whatever your task might be, pay someone to do it. Pay someone to do the things that you would normally do so that it can free up some time for you to just dedicate some time for you. Whether it's that you want to work on your business, you want to just do something dedicated solely to you, or guess what? You want to do absolutely nothing at all. Delegate your task. The next thing that I will have to say is reconnect with your hobbies. What were the things that you loved to do before you had children? What were some of the activities that you loved to do before you had children? So reconnect with those things. Get back to those things. Maybe you're not even interested in it anymore. Maybe you have some new hobbies that you want to dive into, or step into that you've never stepped into before. But reconnect. Figure out what you like now. Figure out what you like now. Take that time to see, okay, I've never tried this, or I never did that. If it's Pilates, let me try Pilates. I never tried Pilates. If it's yoga, let me try yoga. I never did yoga. Whatever it might be. But reconnect with those hobbies that you enjoyed doing before you had children. The next thing that I would have to say is seek professional help if you have to. If you feel like, I just can't get out of this rut, I just feel like I'm showing up for everybody else, but I just can't seem to show up for myself. Guess what? Speak to someone. Speak to someone, speak to someone, speak to someone. Don't be ashamed, because guess what? You aren't the only one who's dealing with what you're dealing with. There's other women in the world that are experiencing what you are experiencing. It's not unfamiliar. This happens every day, all the time. So don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Feel proud. Feel okay with yourself, knowing that I'm making the necessary steps to get the help that I need so that I can show up as my best self. And then the last thing that I would say is date nights. Date nights, date nights, date nights. Even if you have to plan a date night in your home, whatever works for you. You might not be, the type of person where you just like to be out in the mix all the time. Do something in your home, but reconnect with your spouse. Do things with your spouse, because guess what? Before you had any children, it was just you and your spouse. And guess what? They're going to grow old. They're going to get married. They're going to move out the house. They're going to do the things that they desire to do in this world. And guess what? It's just going to be you and your spouse. So do date nights. Whatever you have to do to stay connected with the person that you love, do that. Do that. Do that. God loves you. God loves you. God loves you. Your children loves you, but God loves you more. Show up for yourself. Be consistent with yourself. Show up for yourself. You can do it. You can do it. You've been down for a long time now. Now it's time to get back to it. Write that down in the comment section below. Now it's time to get back to it. I'm getting back to it. I'm getting back to it. I pray that this video helps you. It encourages you. It inspires you. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I love you. I'll see you on the next video.
I'm scared of these